In this video, we'll discuss the Moeller technique. The Moeller technique is the name of a movement that was first documented by a drummer named Sanford A. Moeller. Moeller used to study parade drummers and noticed that they used a whipping movement with their arms to play accents. This is similar to the movement that we'd use to throw a ball. While there's many aspects to this technique, I like to think of it being driven primarily by the elbow. So, to play this movement, we need to use our shoulder joint, our elbow joint, and the joint in our wrist, and all three need to be relaxed so that we can get this fluid whipping movement from our arm. I'll demonstrate this with my right hand first. You notice that when I play each stroke, my elbow comes out from my side, my arm is relaxed, my wrist bends, and as I come back down, I strike the drum and let the stick bounce up off the drum. When my elbow comes out, it comes out, in front, around, and back. So it's making a circular motion rather than straight out to the side, back and forth. When my elbow comes out, you'll see I have a bend in my wrist, and then I strike the drum. So this movement is called the Moeller strike. So this is a great way to play accents because it has a very natural, fluid movement to it, and we can get really powerful accents from doing this. Another way we can use this whipping movement is we can use the force of it to help generate other notes after that we can use to play things like eighth notes or triplets or 16th notes. So we'll look at how we can use this whip to play eighth notes. So exercise 1 in the Moeller section has an accent and then an unaccented. We can use our upstroke, if you've gone over the stroke section, to come back up to play another whip. So a little bit faster, it'll look like this. So you'll notice that when I play eighth notes at this speed, the movement has gotten much smaller and most of the whip is coming from my wrist. I'm letting the stick bounce, similar to what we did in the fulcrum wrist bounce exercise, but now I'm using that whipping motion to create enough force to get a bounce on the second note. So I'm not thinking of it so much as playing two notes as I'm thinking about this, and the note that comes after is just a result of the bounce of the stick. So that's the 2-note whip. The 3-note whip, we now have a strike and 2 bounces after. Here's what that looks like at a slower tempo. Notice after the strike how much I'm letting that stick bounce up. I'm really letting it bounce. I'm not thinking about controlling it after each note. If we want to use the bounce of the stick, we need to let it bounce, and we want to use the momentum of that powerful accent to play the next 2 notes. Now let's play an accented note followed by 3 bounces, so we'll now be playing 16th notes. Again, I'm letting that stick bounce up after the first note, so I can use the momentum of that accent. The other 2 exercises are, the first one is 2 16ths followed by an 8th rest and then a quarter note. So it's basically 2 unaccented notes followed by an accented note. This is great for applying to any of the rolls. So if we take something like a 5-stroke roll, we can use that whipping movement as a great way of preparing for the accent in any of the rolls. So you can try applying that to the 5, 6, 7, 9, all the rolls from, you can find those in the Percussive Art Society Rudiments video. And then the last one is just the jazz ride cymbal pattern written out. So when playing the jazz ride cymbal pattern, we can use that whip movement to create those bounces so that we're not playing a wrist stroke for each one of those notes. We can just let the stick bounce. This can be applied to a whole bunch of rudiments, but one that comes to mind is the paradiddle diddle. We can use the bounce of the stick and that whip to create some nice sounding fast paradiddle diddles. So have some fun with that. That's the Moeller technique.